Drew McIntyre, toward the end of the match, we saw you grabbing your left arm like you were in pain. What's the prognosis?
Honestly, don't know. I felt something go in my arm, and from experience, know it's probably not good.
Due to the injuries suffered by Drew McIntyre, over the next several weeks we'll be holding 4 singles matches. And the winner of those matches will go on to compete in a fatal 4-way. And the winner of that match will be the new #1 contender to face NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas at TakeOver Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness! Trent Seven attempting to light Killian Dane up with those knife-edge chops. Oh! And Trent Seven has been terminated by Killian Dane. Dane bringing the pain to the fatal 4-way match to determine the new #1 contender for the NXT title.
William Regal is conveying to Cassius Ohno. He's found a suitable opponent for Ohno's qualifying matchup.
Who could it be? Are you kidding me? Johnny Gargano!
Recently, he's had a number of significant losses. Is this the time to step back up?
Flying head scissors! The Gargano escape! Cash got attacked!
He's done it!
He does! Unbelievable!
This is a moment!
Johnny Gargano! What a win to propel himself into the fatal 4-way! And we are just getting started! From Full Sail Live in Florida, it's beginning to look like another exciting episode of NXT. Happy holidays. We are the 3 not-so-wise men, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson, and visions of a dream match dancing through our heads, guys. What a collision tonight between Adam Cole and Aleister Black. A gift list for the NXT universe that's coming to fruition, the gift that keeps on giving tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Zelina Vega from Goles Palacio Durango, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds. He is the NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas.
No better way to kick off this special edition of NXT than with the man, El Idolo, Andrade Cien Almas, with his enterprising business associate, Zelina Vega. Almas, the new NXT champion.
He is almost unstoppable with Vega by his side. Atop the mountain, he was capable before. Now perhaps he's almost unstoppable.
Like you said, almost. He's still a little bit cocky, and that might come back to bite him in the end if he doesn't check it, or Zelina doesn't check it at the door.
Third-generation superstar.
You know, Houston celebrated its first World Series while it was in Space City. That Andrade Cien Almas celebrated becoming NXT champion for the first time when he dethroned Drew McIntyre.
And he certainly looks confident, doesn't he?
When doesn't he look confident, though?
Well, there was a time in the past, Percy, that he had almost doubted himself. Now, he looks stronger than ever. And you put a title around somebody's waist, and to me, that makes him even better.
from Italy, weighing in at 220 pounds, Fabian Aichner.
When opportunity comes knocking at the door, Fabian Aichner busts right through it. Believe it or not, he was a member of the inaugural Cruiserweight Classic, having to be 205 pounds or less. As a heavyweight, man, he has been incredibly impressive.
Absolutely, this man's packed on a few pounds now, but he's lost none of that agility, Morrow. Still able to fly with the best of them. Let's see what he does against the champ, though.
Oh, biggest opportunity of his career here, Percy.
Without a doubt, Aichner is highly talented, and Andrade better keep his eye on him because Aichner was a 4-country grappling champion. Austria, Switzerland, Italy, Germany.
The bell and immediately almost exploding out of the corner with a drop kick. Talk about the element of surprise from the NXT champion. Oh,
look at that power.
Quebradora con hero. A tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Fabian Aichner. We talk about the Mamma Mia springboard plancha of the NXT champion. Fabian Aichner believes he can fly.
Go get it. The dude don't want to do nothing ordinary. It's all about being extraordinary for Fabian Aichner.
Man, the agility, springboard, tornado DDT, an upset of the making, Aichner. Oh, and the NXT champion kicks out.
What a start by Aichner, shocking everybody. Let's take a look at the dive. Look at how much space he clears, landing on the NXT champion.
Just like a firecracker going off, the slap across the chest by Almas. Sends Aichner for the ride, looking for the leapfrog. Wow, the strength of Fabian Aichner fully on display. Power bomb! Cover! Almas kicks out.
Guys, let's be honest. This is the NXT champion.
Getting it handed to him by Fabian Aichner right now.
This is incredible. A victory here would be more than just an upset.
Oh, it almost knocks Aichner out of the ring. And we may see a different side of the NXT champion.
Andrade being the ultimate opportunist.
And almost now increasing. There's an uptick in his aggression.
I mean, of course, he's getting exposed.
Dare I say it, perhaps the champion took Aichner lightly. Hold on a second. There it is, hammerlock DDT.
The hammerlock DDT results in the victory for the NXT champion.
Your winner, the NXT champion, Andrade
I mean, Andrade won this match, but I gotta tell you, man, Fabian Aichner showed me something. I think he embarrassed Andrade a little bit.
Well, there's no doubt that Fabian Aichner has a bright future, but the future is now for the NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas.
Check it out right here. Fabian looking good, bringing it to the champ.
Beautiful tornado DDT. I was almost as shocked as the champion. And then powerbomb driving high across the shoulders, back of the neck. This would be the turning point in the match, though. Pushing Aichner to the outside and quickly following up. Listen to the sound of this. The match would continue. Hammerlock DDT, or as I like to call it, Cien Dolores de Capeda. 100 headaches.
And Andrade Cien Almas, Zelina Vega, they back up what they say in the squared circle. That's why he is El Campeón to NXT. In just a few moments, Adam Cole will be making the walk to the ring representing the Undisputed Era, but he will face the Dark Dutch Destroyer, the undefeated Aleister Black.
Allow yourself to fade to black.
In everyone, there is darkness and light. And somewhere in between lies Aleister Black.
Aleister Black has arrived. The best in-ring performer of this generation, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles!
I am the modern-day Maharaja. I'm the man that brought dignity to that championship. I brought class to that championship. That Clash of Champions, I am coming for my WWE Championship.
This is my championship. Come here and take it from me.
Scars. Restless nights. Unfinished business. Now, War Games was as beautiful as we thought it was going to be. Now, the outcome was not ideal. But we have not left the battlefield. We are still here. And next week, we will finish what we started in Houston.
Ein für alle Mal.
Well, Saturday with an ominous warning to the Undisputed Era as the NXT Tag Team titles are on the line next week.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 190 pounds, Oney Lorcan.
A double tough Oney Lorcan, one half of the Brit Bruisers, along with his partner who's about to be introduced.
And his partner, from London, England, weighing in at 190 pounds, Danny Burch.
These two battled each other in a series of hard-hitting affairs this year on NXT and then decided, hey, instead of beating each other up, let's form a team and beat the competition in hopes of maybe getting a crack at the NXT Tag Team titles. Well, they face their toughest test in the former NXT Tag Team Champions.
A big test for them tonight, certainly. Both men stylistically very similar, and sometimes that makes for a great tag team partner.
It's gonna be some fist flying tonight. Talk about a 1-2 punch.
And their opponent is accompanied by Paul Ellering at a combined weight of 615 pounds. Aichner, the authors of Pain.
The Authors of Pain, led by Paul Ellering, storming the ring. They emerged from NXT TakeOver War Games, and again, a legendary battle. They may have not been victorious, but they made their mark.
And without a doubt, we know Oney and Danny Burch are as tough as they come, but they're about to face one of the most dominant tag teams in NXT.
One of the most impressive tag team and the most determined, dominating tag team as well. They really impressed me. I mean, these guys haven't been long in the job, but I tell you what, they are as tough as they come.
Here's Burch taking the fight.
Those strong European uppercuts landing, but not having too much effect on Aichner.
And there's the tag. Lorcan lighting up Aichner with those knife-edge chops.
Aichner didn't see that tag.
Oh, and paintbrushing the face of Razor.
Wow!
I'm telling you, these boys can do it now.
Burch and Lorcan taking it to the Authors of Pain. Unorthodox offense, but hey, it's working.
For the time being, look at that.
Oh, I guess I should have said it was working. Death Valley driver into the turnbuckles.
Oh my God, well that's why these guys are so dangerous. In an instant, turning it around.
Authors of Pain about to author another super collider. Power bombs in stereo. And it it appears that AOP's about to write the last chapter. Wow! What a statement by the authors of pain!
Your winners, the authors of pain.
So, the authors of pain making it known that they are more than ready to get another opportunity at the NXT Tag Team titles. Man, they ran right through Lorcan and Burch.
You ain't kidding. A great start from Burch and Lorcan, but look, Death Valley driver in the corner, and from there, it was all AOP.
Man, look at the impact. All downhill from here.
And finally, that last chapter closed the book because there was no more to read for Lorcan.
So many pages of pain have already been written. What does the future hold for AOP?
Here's one you can add to your Christmas list. It took over a year of tireless pursuit for Ember Moon to finally be crowned the NXT Women's Champion. And one woman looking to repeat that feat is the Venus flytrap Peyton Royce, who takes on Moon. And that match is next. Welcome back to NXT on a beautiful evening here at Full Sail Arena in Orlando, Florida. And tonight, NXT is powered by new Tap Out men's body sprays, now available in the fragrance aisle at Walmart.
What does being the WWE United Kingdom champion mean to these two young men?
That's technique, that's Tyler Bate, that's why he is the United Kingdom champion.
I think Dunn has a dark side.
Listen to this place! All for the UK championship! It'll end!
Bring in a new champion!
What a match! And the storied rivalry between two of the United Kingdom's most talked about superstars continues next week. Pete Dunne defends his WWE United Kingdom Championship against former title holder Tyler Bate. You do not want to miss what promises to be an instant classic next week on NXT.
In our native Texas at NXT TakeOver War Games, where Ember Moon finally ascended to the top of the NXT Women's Division, winning the Fatal 4-Way to become the 6th NXT Women's Champion.
Took her a year of doggedly pursuing that title to finally be able to wear it around her waist. Her opponent tonight would certainly like that opportunity. Oh, yes! Here it is, guys, my favorite part of the show.
Of course, pick up your jaw, Nigel.
Accompanied by Billy Kay, from Sydney, Australia, Peyton Royce.
Peyton Royce, one half of the iconic duo. She has had opportunities in the past at becoming NXT Women's Champion, and a win tonight, well, it would put her right back in pole position for an opportunity to become the queen of the NXT Women's Division. BFFs, Billy Kay Peyton Royce. The iconic duo, but only one will represent the duo tonight, and that's Peyton Royce. And they're enjoying some fun and games, but it will be serious business once that bell rings.
I'm telling you, I mean, Ember Moon is not joking around. She is laser focused.
And of course, there's only one place you can see the iconic duo. That's here on NXT every Wednesday night. And Royce wasting little time in bringing the fight to Ember Moon. Springboard. Moon lands on her feet. Ducks underneath the spinning heel kick. Royce catches her. Oh, beautiful head scissors takeover by the NXT Women's Champ. And Royce headed for, well, wanting to get out of Dodge, regroup with Billy Kay. Ember Moon always willing to go high risk for the high reward. Plancha wiping out both members of the iconic duo.
Great start for the NXT Women's Champion.
The War Goddess Ember Moon.
Billy Kay got some of that action. Wrong place, wrong time. Come on.
And when you compete against Peyton Royce, you usually have to contend with Billy Kay, and that opportunity allowing Royce to now tangle up the NXT Women's Champion on the ropes. Can Peyton Royce defeat Ember Moon?
NXT is the next generation, and the next generation has arrived.
NXT, the future is now.
We are live at Full Sail University. Over the last year, NXT has grown into a major force. NXT is taking over.
You could be looking at some future Hall of Famers compete here tonight.
How impressive and how exciting the future of WWE is.
NXT redefined the sports entertainment landscape.
The future is now.
NXT, the future is now. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
People see me, but they just don't know what's in my heart and why I love you so. I love you, baby, like a minor love goes. But come on, baby, let the good time roll.
Peyton Royce continues to wear down the NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon. Nice arm drag by Moon, but a kick by Peyton Royce, of course. Both. Well, I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Spinning back kick. And a step up ends get rid of the arm by Moon. Rolls Royce over, cover, hooks the leg, and Royce escapes Nigel. Ember Moon victorious in that fantastic fatal four-way at TakeOver War Games in a match that also included Royce, Nikki Cross, and Kairi Sane.
But it really was a journey for a year. It was actually the third championship opportunity that she'd had. Twice came up short against Asuka, and then finally, when it all came down to it, got the victory.
The record-breaking Asuka double underhook here by Ember Moon.
The Venus flytrap closes out. Can she close?
Reversal by Royce. Now another reversal by Moon, but she eats an elbow. Vicious forearm. The back kick by Peyton Royce.
Well, Royce has 16 years of training in ballet and dance. Great flexibility.
Yeah, she's as flexible as a rubber band. Shoulders are down.
She is one half of the most iconic duo in NXT history. Sports Entertainment's J-Lo, if you want.
A conniption fit not usually a part of her arsenal, though, Nigel. Frustrated at the fact she's unable to put away the NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon.
Sports Entertainment J-Lo.
It's payroll. Don't be afraid of the rocks she's got. She's just payroll on the block.
Ember Moon muscled into the corner. Now Peyton Royce playing the drums on her back. Animal style, oh, missing with the spinning kick.
Here we go.
Ember Moon maybe looking for a running Liger bomb, but Peyton Royce holding onto the top rope. And the stomp from Ember Moon, trying to drive the air out of the lungs of Peyton Royce. Oh, you talk about Royce's flexibility, a situation where that may be to her benefit, Nigel.
Well, hold on a second. This is where she's most dangerous.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
This is where she secured the NXT Women's Championship. There's an eclipse at Full Sail Live. And Ember Moon defeats Peyton Royce.
Your winner, the NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon.
A crestfallen Billie Kay cannot believe Peyton Royce's fate as she is defeated by the NXT Women's Champ, Ember Moon.
Here we are, taking a look. Driving that boot through the chest.
This is the move that has made Ember Moon the Women's NXT Champion. Eclipse.
Corkscrew stunner off the top leg. Look, different angle. Look at the impact. Look at the torque on the neck for Peyton Royce. She was out for the count. And there is the count. 1, 2, 3.
Changing of the guard in the NXT Women's Division.
Oh, shades of Kay.
And there's a drastic change.
Come on.
Here is Billie Kay bringing the fight to Ember Moon. Every kick begins with Kay. First goes Ember Moon on the knee of Billie Kay.
A sick knee from Sydney. Damage done to the champion.
Iconic duel with an iconic beatdown on Ember Moon. What? Here's Nikki Cross, the unhinged Nikki Cross.
A Bannock Burn Banshee is here. But why?
Sanity's sinister sister, Nikki Cross, coming to the aid of the NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon.
I mean, we always knew Nikki Cross was unpredictable, but...
And she has cleaned house of the iconic duo, but now she eyes the prize. Nikki Cross appears to have ulterior motive, guys.
Well, she came as a friend.
One thing on her mind, though.
I dare say she might leave as a foe.
Well, she's losing, that's for sure. The Energizer Bunny's got nothing on Nikki Cross.
I don't speak crazy. Percy, help me out here.
I don't either. Can't help you.
And what the... Nikki Cross has evacuated the premises, but something tells me that she would love to face Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship, and Moon holds her a solid, doesn't she, guys?
She has that title around her waist, but now she has something else to think about.
You got my beauty side, right? Huh? Let's go. Huh? Beauty side?
I'm Montez Ford, and this is Angelo Dawkins, and we are NXT's newest, hottest tag team.
Hello?
The Street Profits, and you are officially welcome to the very first episode of Street Talk, where we spread the entire street knowledge to the entire NXT universe. What is your name?
Bentley.
Medley?
Bentley.
Bentley.
Bentley, he drives one too.
Bentley.
It's gone. Take over. Oh, we can learn today. 2018.
Yes!
Who this is?
We got this.
Street Pop.
That was the very first episode of Street Talk.
Continue spreading that street knowledge around. Till then, know that.
See, that's what I'm talking about, boys. The Street Profits just bringing it to the streets per usual.
Yeah, and word on the street is everyone is buzzing about tonight's NXT Championship #1 Contenders Tournament matchup, pitting the unbeaten Aleister Black and the Undisputed Era's emissary of excellence, Adam Cole. What the hell?
Adam Cole, baby!
How did this place survive without me? What you feel is change. What you feel is me.
When the dust settles, when the war is over, I get a shot at what rightfully is mine, the NXT Championship.
Adam Cole has never lacked confidence, but when we return, the mastermind behind the Undisputed Era must go it alone against the undefeated Dutch destroyer, Aleister Black. Per General Manager, Mr. William Regal, the rest of the Undisputed Era have been banned from ringside. Which of these two superstars will advance to the fatal four-way match to determine the new #1 contender?
This holiday season, there is a place that fulfills all your wishes. Be phenomenal. Raise the bar. And always believe that. The holidays are happiest at WWEshop.com.
Wow, Shayna Baszler, one of the most feared MMA fighters in the world and a Mae Young Classic finalist, looks to be on her way to NXT. And Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly may be on their way to the NXT Tag Team Championships. Next week, the Undisputed Era's most lethal combination challenge Sanity for the gold.
Accompanied by Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, representing the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole.
Well, they shocked the system in NXT TakeOver War Games. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly surviving that historic, brutal battle, but Adam Cole letting his acolytes know, hey guys, I got this, as he attempts to qualify for that fatal four-way to determine the new #1 contender for the NXT title.
Ever since showing up on the scene at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, the Undisputed Era have turned NXT on its head.
Well, this is what I want to see. I want to see what Adam Cole can do on his own, without his boys, without his backup.
He wants to be the man in NXT, but in order for him to even qualify to attempt to do so, he has to be the first to beat his opponent here tonight in NXT. begins with one of the most impressive entrances in sports entertainment. But once that bell goes, the Dutch Destroyer, the undefeated Aleister Black, is even more impressive. Nigel, tell us what makes this mysterious, mercurial sports entertainer so special.
Well, this was one of the best strikers on the brand. He was originally trained by Bob Schreiber in Amsterdam, who trained MMA superstar Stefan Struve. And it's not just his striking ability, his mental ability is always there as well. He's calm and he's collected until he strikes.
I mean, we can talk about the physical aspects and the talent of Aleister Black all day long, but something is eating away. There's a darkness in the soul of Aleister Black, and the only place he finds absolution is in the middle of this ring.
Not necessarily a bad thing. I think his mind games and his mindset are what make him so dangerous. But he faces one of the toughest tests of his NXT tenure, taking on the man who led the Undisputed Era to victory in the most barbaric battle in sports entertainment, War Games. Of course, Aleister Black remained undefeated in Houston as well. Only one man can advance to the fatal four-way. Is it going to be Adam Cole or Aleister Black?
So much on the line in this one. Yes, the opportunity to advance. As you mentioned, that undefeated streak of Aleister Black and Cole as well. Victory after victory since being here in NXT.
Arm wringer into the side, wrist lock quickly broken up by Adam Cole's side. Headlock takeover, quick counter by Black into the head scissors.
Oh, ho, ho.
The histrionics, the showmanship of Adam Cole already on display, much to the dismay of Aleister Black. Snap mare takeover, and Cole, man,
right.
he is poking the bear, Nigel.
All right.
Do you agree with his strategy, Nigel?
It's not hurt him so far.
Straight up dancing with the devil is what it is.
Black is a great striker. He hasn't been struck yet. Getting in his head, mind games.
Inside the head of Aleister Black is not where you want to be.
Black just launches Cole off him.
Oh, caught his arm, courting hold, applying pressure to the bicep tendon, and now the strikes.
Muay Thai knee strikes, elbow strikes. The Dutch Destroyer with a knee strike that sends Cole crashing out of the ring. So many incredible strikers from the Netherlands. And Aleister Black has turned the tables on Adam Cole.
Imagine two superstars who betrayed the entire SmackDown team.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
That those two individuals betrayed the entire SmackDown roster.
It's a dangerous union. It's best friendship. It's guardian angels.
Welcome to the Sami and Kevin Show. We can beat anyone on any given night.
At the Clash of Champions pay-per-view event, Sami Zayn, you will be teaming up with your partner Kevin Owens to take on
A dream team of Orton and Nakamura.
The artist with the Viper, Randy Orton. Shane McMahon's the referee.
There will be a second referee, and that man is me.
There will be two referees. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's careers are on the line.
If you a champion, show me you a champion. Cause real champions move like champions. It started as a whisper until you screamed it at the top of your lungs, made us unstoppable, made it a revolution. We are NXT!
Every word he says, you believe.
She stole the show every time.
Nobody carried the ball more than him for longer than him.
That women's division, man, legit badasses.
Perhaps the greatest signing in NXT history.
It's pure magic.
This #1 Contenders tournament matchup continues. We are watching Adam Cole and Aleister Black, the winner to advance to the Fatal 4-Way to determine the new #1 contender for the NXT title. Crossface by Cole, trying to put away the undefeated Black and propel himself to the Fatal 4-Way.
Look how he's covered his nose up and his mouth. That makes it difficult to breathe as well.
Can Aleister Black survive this adversity?
Black needs to push that left hip underneath himself, drive forwards.
Black trying to get to the bottom rope. Good ring presence, and Aleister Black able to secure that bottom rope, and Cole has to break the hold before the count of 5, and he just did so. So the veteran working the count, as it were.
Yeah, man, he milked that for all it was worth.
He's a smart man.
Why don't you stay down? No.
I think that was a rhetorical question.
No. Stay down, Aleister. You'll never be me. You'll never be me.
So trash talking from Adam Cole, trying to get into the mind of Aleister Black, and recent history shows that Aleister Black.
You know who I am? My name is Adam Cole, baby!
That's certainly clear, but one other thing that's clear is he's managed to ground this man from Amsterdam, taking away his strongest point in the strike, but he's letting him up.
Yeah, Black doesn't do well with mind games. Inside low kick, roundhouse kick, and there's a teep by Black. To your point, Nigel.
Rolling kick, kick after kick after kick.
And the kip up by Aleister Black. Looking for the supreme strike, that forearm across the jaw of Adam Cole. Sternum first into the corner. Springboard. Cabrera catches Adam Cole.
I've got to call it like I see it. Cole made the mistake. He let him up.
Too much talking.
Oh, but Cole avoids the black mass, the patented spinning heel kick from the proficient striker Black. Oh, Cole snapping the neck of Black off that top rope.
You know, get me wrong, Cole knows what he's doing. If he can just keep his mouth shut and stay
focused. Does he know what he's doing? He's going all the way to the top turnbuckle. And he gets caught.
He's out.
That cleans the clock of Adam Cole with that kick, and yet Cole able to shake out the cobwebs and kick out in time. Let's take another look at that high-risk attempt by Adam Cole.
I'm not sure what Adam Cole's goal was. It didn't matter because he got caught right upside the jaw. But look now, back to live action.
Enziguri by Cole. Backstabber by Adam Cole. Will this be enough to stop Aleister Black? No! Black kicks out, remains unbeaten. For the time being, a war of attrition here with a spot left in the Fatal 4-Way.
You just saw there when he tried to pin him, he didn't get enough body weight across the shoulder. A slight mistake from Adam Cole, but you could understand why. This has been an arduous match. He's endured a lot of kicks from this striking sensation.
Waistlock, looking for the O'Connor roll. Intercepted that strike. And now Cole and Black exchanging strikes. This probably does not bode well for Adam Cole, although I may have spoken too soon.
Ooh, there it is.
Rolled up by Black. Cole kicks up. Adam Cole, fireman's carry into the neck breaker over the knee. Back press. And Adam Cole unable to pin Aleister Black. What a match.
Black just digging deep, finding ways to continuously kick out.
And remember, guys, the winner of this matchup will advance to the Fatal 4-Way to determine the #1 contender for Andrade Cien Almas NXT Championship. Adam Cole reassessing, retreating to the corner.
Now, perhaps, Murray, you might think this is a mistake, not pressing the advantage now. I disagree. I think he's waiting, he's formulating a plan, and he's going to strike.
Like a predator, eyeing his prey. Kick blocked by Aleister Black. Oh, wow, bicycle Explosive strike by Aleister Black. And now Aleister Black toying with Adam Cole.
Okay.
What do you got? You got a black mask. And what do you got is Aleister Black winning and moving on to the fatal four-way.
Here's your winner, Aleister Black.
I don't think Adam Cole liked the answer to his query.
It certainly wasn't the answer he was looking for, but it was the answer that Aleister Black was bound to give at some point in this match.
And what a huge victory for Aleister Black, knocking off one of the members of the Undisputed Era. Remember, they survived the hellacious War Games, but Cole goes down to defeat tonight.
Let's take a look. Adam Cole here coming close to beating Black, dropping him high across the top of his shoulders and getting a lot of body weight across the shoulders as well. He would try that superkick, that turning point in the match, the big knee strike upside the jaw. And then take a look at the precision of this.
He asked for it. He got it. Black mask right to the chin.
And for Adam Cole, it's fade to black, as Aleister Black will not sit on his laurels. He advances to the fatal four-way. Will he be the man to challenge Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT title?
We'll find out in 2 weeks, Morrow. But don't forget about next week, when the NXT Tag Team and the WWE United Kingdom Championships will both be on the line. Next Wednesday, only on the WWE Network. And what a night for Aleister Black as we take another step closer to crowning a new #1 contender for the NXT Championship.